Becky, I think you're muted.
See, I told you. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us today for the UnitedHealthcare Spring Update. If you have any questions, please type it in the question box. We will answer questions at the end of the presentation. That's me. That's enough of that. And now sending it over to, I believe, Ed Lightcap from UnitedHealthcare.
Mike, you going to put the presentation up? Well, hi, everybody. My name is Ed Lightcap. I'm the small business account executive in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, we're here to talk about small group updates and specifically focused on our Ohio MEWA. Also with me today is my counterparts throughout the state. So we have Steve Webb, that's the AE for Toledo, Drew Doherty, which is the AE for Columbus, and Mike Payton, that's in the Southwest Ohio, which is Cincinnati, Dayton. So we appreciate all your time today. And for anybody that's in my market, and I've seen you recently, you've probably been hearing me talking about the eclipse, and that's why I have the picture there. I strongly encourage everybody to go see it on April 8th. It's something I've personally done before. Make sure you're in totality. I guarantee you'll love it. It's going to be great. So, Mike, you can go to the next slide. Next slide, Mike. Here's just a kind of a little agenda that we have today, so we don't have to spend much time on it. But each four of us AEs are going to be talking about different subjects today. So you can go to the next one. One thing that we really want to mention right now, obviously, that we've been using this presentation for a month or so. So May 1 first quoting is now available. Obviously, it's been available for a little bit. We just want to let everybody know, our rates are really competitive now, and we've been doing extremely well so far this year, thanks to all of you. If we take a look at what we sold year to date in small business with our MEWA compared to the same period last year, we're over 2.5 times what we sold, and that's thanks to hard work of everybody that's on the call here today, so we appreciate it. One thing we want to make sure that everybody's aware of too is, in 2024, we increased our commission that we pay with our MEWA. So traditionally, we've always paid $30 per employee per month, but for new business sold with 24 effective dates, we are paying $40 per employee per month for the first year. And that is the first year. So it is a 12-month commission. And then once 12 months has go by, it will revert back down to the $30 per employee per month. So just want to make sure everybody is aware of that. Also, for those of you that have Humana business that has to move this year, obviously that's more going to be in the southern part of the state, but we are paying an additional bonus for any groups that you move from Humana to us as new business for the effective dates of 4/1 to basically 12/1. And that one-time payout is going to be $60 per enrolled employee. And that includes the spectrum of small group products that we sell at UnitedHealthcare. So that's going to include level funded, ACA, and our MEWA. Next. Now, one thing you probably heard a common theme of UnitedHealthcare maybe over the last year or so is that, after COVID hit, we really saw the small group market where people weren't shopping anymore. For an example, like in the year of 2020 and 21, we really didn't see the market shop. We estimate that maybe 25% of all small groups actually went out to market. So what we did at UnitedHealthcare is that we were trying to think of ways to make it easier. So we reintroduced something we've done in the past, which is member level census underwriting. So for groups that have 10 enrolled employees or more, and the group has current coverage, so Virgin Group's not included, we can underwrite a group with a member level census. And all we need to do that is basically every enrolling employee, every enrolling spouse and children, we need their first name, last name, gender, date of birth, and home zip code. We don't require social security numbers. And this is something that actually we've been doing in many other states outside of Ohio for many years. And we decided to reintroduce it back to Ohio about 2 years ago. We know that Ohio is really app driven, especially with Form Fire and a lot of people use easy apps back in the days. Uh, but we realized people were not coming to the market. We wanted them to come to market. We knew our rates were competitive enough. It just people weren't wanting to shop it. So that's why we introduced that and have kept it going. Uh, when we introduced it, probably only a small percentage of people were actually using it because they had apps, but we see adoption of how many people are submitting member level census increasing, and we want to encourage that. We do underwrite the group based on how you submit it. So if you do submit applications to United Healthcare, we're going to underwrite with the applications. And that means when we go to install it, we're going to install it with the applications too. So when census changes occur, we're going to need people to update applications or need to do new apps. The nice thing about the member level census underwriting is if you submit it that way for us to underwrite it, when we go to install the group, we're going to install it with a census as well. That just makes things a lot easier. Turnaround times are faster. We feel very confident in the way we underwrite groups, both with applications and with a member level census. So we strongly encourage our brokers to, even if you have applications, you can still submit it just with the member level census. So when we cross the finish line and hopefully sell a group, we're going to install it with the census, and that just makes things easier for everybody. One thing that, if we noticed, with Form Fire is that, you need to be the agent of record on Form Fire to do it. And then you have to pass it over. And sometimes that's tedious and hard. It's probably going to let the current AOR know that somebody else is shopping it. And that's another reason why the member level census is so easy. Common question and maybe perception that I've noticed with my brokers is that some people are under the impression that maybe our starting rate with underwriting a group with a member level census was a little higher than with applications, and that's not the fact. There is no discount applied for underwriting with apps. We feel confident in both ways, and we see more and more of the business we're winning today is with the member level census. And to be honest with you, a lot of times it's a new agent. Uh, you know, since groups are not marketing as much, and they've marketed a lot more than they have in the past, but we see that people are going in and use our member level census as a tool to prospect, and people are winning business that way. So we strongly encourage everybody to, if you don't know what you need to know about this, please reach out to Cornerstone. Please reach out to your local new business account executive, and we can help through it. But again, we are winning a lot of business this way. The MEWA is profitable. It has been running well. Our retention on average has probably been around 90% over the 4 years. And we're in a mode right now where it is growing pretty tremendously. And we appreciate everybody's business and efforts to help do that with us. Next. Now, one thing that we've done too is we have a simplified and strategic portfolio. So we only include 10 plans with our MEWA. For those that have worked with me and everybody else on here for a while and United for a while, you know that sometimes our portfolios are way too big. You don't know which plans to definitely look at. So we decided to change our strategy with the MEWA, make it small, make it easy, put in the plans that we know on average sell, and that's what we have here. So our portfolio is a mixture of 3 high deductible plans, which is HSAs, and 7 performance plans, which are PPOs. And the shift that we see today now is, not as many people are enrolling in HSAs. We see satisfaction rates with members that are enrolled in our HSAs being less than on our performance plans. And the way we rate groups nowadays is sometimes our performance plans, our PPO plans, are almost equally as priced to a similar HSA plan. That's because behaviors are different with our performance plans. The nice thing that we do with our performance plans is we give very low cost for most common things. Virtual visits are $0, $0 kid copay for PCPs, office visits for PCPs only $15 for adults, urgent care 25, extremely low access or cost for those services, and it really makes our members go see our providers more on these plans, which improves everybody's health the more healthcare you're getting. Another thing that we do is we incent people with our performance plans to see our tier one, our high performing specialists, and they get a lower copayment by using those providers. Obviously, the more people that we have that we can steer to higher quality providers, the more better outcomes they're going to have and the better experience they're probably going to have. And obviously that makes claims go down, the book of business loss ratio go down, renewals be lower, and people just be able to stick with us longer. One thing that's kind of new this year with the HSA is virtual visits are $0. So members don't even need to meet their deductible to have a virtual visit at $0. Again, these are all for plans that are either sold in 24 or when an existing group renews to their 24 plan. Next slide, please. Another thing is that we've heard from the market and all of you all. So a couple of years ago, we changed our strategy and we actually came out with something that we called Standard Select Pharmacy Network with Walgreens as the anchor. And basically what that meant was we were excluding CVS's, and that included Targets as well. We heard from a lot of our broker partners about it, and we've decided to discontinue that. So for any MEWA business, level funded business, ACA business you're selling in Ohio, you will notice now that it is the broad pharmacy. So that means that CVS and Targets are back in. And this actually impacts groups as they renew in 24 as well. A nice feature that we have with our pharmacy benefits too is called Preferred 90. So if we do know a lot of members like to get 90-day supplies and not necessarily always do it through mail order. So we do allow 90-day prescription supplies at both CVS's and Walgreens in lieu of mail order. So we just think that's just an extra great benefit that we have with UnitedHealthcare. Next slide. And then one thing I really want to mention too is, we've had the program premium designation for many years. So this is where the performance plans that I mentioned earlier, where if members use our high quality providers, they're going to get a lower copayment for specialists. Over the years, maybe the naming of it's changed. It was first called Tier 1 providers. Then we kind of moved to a heart system where you could either have a 1 Blue Heart or 2 Blue Hearts. But we're really going back to the Tier 1 designation. So for anybody that is prospecting a group with UnitedHealthcare, and you either want to look up for members or members want to look up, hey, you know what? I'm going to go see a specialist. I want to see if my specialist is a Tier 1 specialist. So they're going to have a lower copayment. What we suggest, and if you notice on the very bottom, it says to access them, you want to look at the Choice Plus Premier Network when you're doing those searches online. So do not look at the heart system anymore. Look for Tier 1. That's what's going to get you the lower copayment to our high quality providers. So again, just look up Choice Plus Premier. Once a group is with us and a member logs into our website or our application, they don't need to pick the network because we know. But for those that are looking at new business that aren't with us yet, please start using the Choice Plus Premier Network to look up, not just the Choice Plus. Because if you look up the Choice Plus, it won't indicate the Tier 1 or not. Next, I'm going to hand it off to Steve Webb. Steve Webb is the AE in Toledo, and he's going to go over some wellness initiatives that we have with our MEWA.
Thanks, Ed. Yeah, so for today, we're going to be going over UHC rewards. I'll be touching on the Employee Assistance Program. We're also going to touch on the 2024 Vital Medications Program. Virtual visits are baked into all the Ohio MEWA plans for 2024, and we're also going to touch on OnePass Select. Next slide, please. First, I want to introduce everybody to Michelle Adams. Michelle Adams is a nurse. She's been in the field for 26 years now. She is a no-cost dedicated concierge resource for UHC members to maximize their benefits. How can she do this? She can do this by demonstrating how to use or how to navigate UHC tools and resources. Not only that, but she can refer to UHC and Optum resources and benefits when needed. She provides health education regarding specific health concerns and questions. She supports you with new or chronic illnesses like diabetes, hypertension, and asthma. She refers members to UHC's no-cost wellness programs and resources. Ultimately, she helps stretch healthcare dollars to make informed healthcare decisions. So that's everything she can do for the members themselves. Now, why is this good for the groups? Because it increases wellness use and decreases illness and absenteeism. Overall, works to reduce overall healthcare costs for employers, and it provides individual and group education on health or specific health topics. Next slide. Next up, I want to talk about the Employee Assistance Program. This is another great value-added benefit, which offers 24/7 phone line support that gives employers access to emotional support right away with trained emotional health care specialists who provide personalized recommendations for ongoing care. As we can see, and we all know, employees are juggling more than ever at home and work, and statistics show that it can start to take a toll on their health and productivity. Studies done in late 2023 show that 75% of employees experienced burnout during the pandemic. This equated to $1 trillion in lost productivity worldwide due to the anxiety and depression every year. This also means that 4 times more adults in the US experience anxiety and depression since before the pandemic. Next slide, please. The Employee Assistance Program offers employees and their family confidential, no-cost access to a full range of services that aim to help reduce issues affecting their productivity, health, and overall well-being. It offers consultation and counseling to address stress, anxiety, depression, grief or loss, as well as family, relationship, and workplace concerns. It offers educational digital support tools and resources, unlimited 24/7 access to an employee assistance program specialist who can help in the moment. And overall, we almost have 300,000 clinicians nationwide for in-person or virtual support. Not only does this value add help with mental and emotional well-being, but it offers legal assistance and financial coaching, including brief consultations at no cost to the individual, discounted fees for attorneys retained through the Employee Assistance Program as well. Next slide. This slide shows that results that are done from assessments done on our book of business, measured by ongoing research and outreach to employers via questions and surveys. Overall, what it showed is there's a 91% employee satisfaction rating. This equates to 43% reduction in days impacted by presenteeism, which is when employees are present but distracted and not engaged, and also shows a 37% reduction in days absent from work. Next up.
Hi, everyone. This is Drew Doherty here, the 2 to 50 account executive in Columbus. I'll take over for a couple of slides. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Ed. So I'm going to start off with the Vital Medication Program. This is a $0 out of pocket for 5 key medications for members, whether it be ACA, level funded, or the MEWA. This is basically making medications more affordable that are essential to our members' health. This offers these certain drugs at no additional cost. This means no out-of-pocket cost for any preferred insulins on this list and other certain medications such as insulin, whether that be rapid, short, or long-acting. We have medications for allergic reactions like a EpiPen on there, as well as asthma and the inhalers. We also have low blood sugar medications for glucogen or low blood sugar, as well as opioid overuse with Narcan nasal spray. These are life-saving medications that are now $0 out of pocket for the members. Again, 5 key medications that are essential to the well-being and every day of our UHC members. This is something that Stephen had touched on, Michelle Adams, when she reaches out to groups and looks at those high claimants and reaches out on the behalf of UHC. She will make sure that if a diabetic patient is not aware that they can get their insulin for $0 out of pocket, she will reach out and educate them that they can now get their $0 out of pocket insulin. So these are, again, 5 life-saving drugs that our members may not be aware that they get for $0 out of pocket. So it's very, very important. Next slide, please, Mike. So we're also going to talk about UHC Rewards. Next slide, please, Mike. UHC Rewards is our new rewards program within the MEWA. So in the past, we had Motion, which is mainly just a fitness tracker rewards program. But this is a rewards program where our participants and members can earn dollars for completing goals or completing one-time activities, and choosing activities that are right for them. This is more than a fitness and wellness program. This goes a step further by combining the best practices of our fitness programs in the past, as well with some incentive programs of completing those one-time activities. So this is, as it says, a streamlined digital service. As our last fitness program was on a different app, different login, people had trouble earning their rewards that way. This is all done on the MyUHC app. It is super easy for the members to look at the rewards that they're going to earn and be redeemed for those dollars as well. There's many ways to earn by choosing those activities, from daily steps or completing a biometric screening or a health survey or something like that, which we'll get into more in the next slide. And then there's multiple ways to redeem dollars. So on our plan grid, you'll see that it'll say above the PPO plans, embedded with core rewards. So if you have a PPO plan in the MEWA, you have up to a $300 yearly reward that you can earn up to. And for the HSAs, they're embedded with the premium rewards. So that's up to $1,000. There's different redeemable options. So a Visa gift card for the PPO and HSA plans within the MEWA, as well as for ACA plans. If you have an HSA plan and you want to put it into an HSA bank, it does have to be an Optum bank right now for those HSA plans. If for a level funded group, you can put it into an HIA plan, or you could spend that reward dollars from UHC Rewards to spend it on a fitness tracker or a one-pass subscription, which we'll get into later in the presentation. Next slide, please. So yes, right here, here's our payout structure. As you'll see on the left-hand side, or on the top, excuse me, PPO equals core, HSA equals premium. So as I said before, for the core rewards, they can earn up to a $300 reward. In a premium, they can earn up to $1,000 for the HSA plans. This is automatically embedded into our plans. So there's nothing that they have to sign up for or anything like that. It'll be on their MyUHC app. They just have to log in. Couple things that I like to point out. It is super, super easy for for the members to earn these rewards. I was talking to someone who moved January 1st to the MEWA, and I was talking to them in late January around the 26th, 27th, and they already had $126 able to redeem in their UHC Rewards app in MyUHC. So just automatically connecting a tracker, which you can use your phone, an Apple Watch, an Oura Ring, almost anything can be a tracker for UHC Rewards, and you earn $25 for just the core if you have a PPO plan, and $65. So it is that easy just to earn these rewards. As you can see, we have those daily activity goals for 5,000 steps or 15 minutes of activity, and then another larger daily goal of 30 active minutes or 10K steps per day. So these are daily goals where you earn at least 25 cents and up to $1.25, depending on which plan you have within the MEWA. If you complete those daily. Now there's those one-time goals like completing a health survey or completing annual blood work and measurements that you can earn up to $50 to $75. As Ed and Stephen have talked about with our 24/7 virtual visits, they're completely $0 out of pocket. No need to hit the deductible to use them. We try and steer people into the total cost of care. So using those $27 virtual visits that are completely free, $0 out of pocket, you actually earn money by doing that. So $10 with the core PPO plan and $30 with a premium plan. And so this is just an overview of the maximal annual incentive that you can earn within the MEWA for UHC Rewards and completing those one-time incentive programs or those daily fitness goals. Next slide, please. So again, here's another way to review how to redeem your reward dollars. So again, just to reiterate, for UHC and MEWA and ACA, for PPO plans, Visa digital gift cards, all you have to have is at least $5 to redeem that with a digital gift card. And then for HSA plans within the MEWA and ACA, you have to use Optum Bank if you want to take it out into an HSA account, or you can also use a digital gift card. For level funded plans, for the PPO, you can redeem them with an HIA, health incentive account, as well as you can use an Optum Bank or HSA Optum Bank account or a health incentive account. Right now, third-party HSA banks are not available at this time, but there's plenty of different options that they can redeem those reward dollars with, and that's just right there in the app as well. So here's a little overview of how the employees can engage with their UHC rewards on the app. It's that easy as logging in and just selecting under plans and benefits, the UHC rewards tab. It is super easy. It is a streamlined digital service that we have made it. Again, like Ed said, we've taken feedback and we've taken it and put it into the MEWA to improve it with our rewards programs. And so it's just that much easier. Again, you can use any kind of tracker. Even your phone works for the steps or the daily activities. And it's just a super easy way that these members can earn and redeem rewards dollars within the MEWA and get money back.
Awesome.
Mike?
Well, thank you. Thank you, Drew. I appreciate that. And good morning, everyone. My name is Mike Payton. I'm your UHC account executive here in Cincinnati. So I call on the Dayton and Cincinnati market here. And today I just wanted to touch base on or educate you guys on OnePass Select. It's actually a really nice program that I wish I had years ago. So when it comes to really COVID, right? Everyone went to the gym prior to COVID, and then COVID shut everything down. UHC was pushing more of the virtual workouts, such as like in the past, we had the 1 year free Peloton, 1 year free Apple Fitness Plus. So we encourage members to really have those at-home workouts available to them. What's nice now is that with COVID being over and the gyms are finally opening up, members, employees are trying to find a ways to get out and find a gym that best suits them. So with OnePass, it's actually it's a gym membership, and and I'll get to it in a minute here. It's multiple gyms in one pass. So if you remember in the past, if you join a gym, you always feel uncomfortable. You go talk to the employee at the gym membership, and they talk to you about the contract. You sign a contract, and you get a little nervous about it. Well, what's nice about OnePass is that there's no contracts. There's no long-term contracts or annual gym registration fees. There's flexible fitness options, and you've got the ability to use multiple gyms under one membership, and I'll get to that in a minute here. Also, OnePass has the ability to add up to 4 family members, ages 18 plus. It's a monthly charge, and you can cancel at any time. 30 days prior notice is required. So again, what's nice about OnePass is that we're trying to find ways at UHC to help members and employees live a healthier life, get back to the gyms, get back to their healthier lives. Also, not feel nervous or discouraged about going to a gym and signing that one contract, right? So what's nice about the OnePass, it's all on myuhc.com. Get to the next slide here. So the way it works here, there's really 5 main categories. You got the digital, the classic, standard, premium, and elite. So let's just make an example here. Let's say, for example, I sign up with OnePass for the standard, which is $64. I'm gonna pay a $64 monthly fee, but before that, I'll pay the one-time enrollment fee of $29. So with the standard subscription, I'm gonna have access to multiple gyms. If you look on the screen here, the standard includes Lifetime Fitness, Pure Bar. Also, if you are part of the standard, you'll get the ones the gyms below that under the classic, for example. So for $64 a month, I'm gonna have access to all of these gyms. I can go to Lifetime, I go to Crunch Fitness, Planet Fitness. Part of my job today, and everyone's different, is that I travel for my job. So there are times that I cannot go to my local gym in the area of Lifetime. So maybe I can find a Crunch Fitness or Planet Fitness that's in a different area, or even Snap Fitness. So again, it's a nice way for members, and I'll go back to the previous slide, is that you can choose the monthly fee that best suits your needs. Also, you can use UHC reward dollars. So if you earn dollars on UHC rewards, you can actually use those dollars to help pay for the monthly subscription here. But again, you can choose a digital experience, which is at home. You can choose the classic if you don't need the multiple gyms in the higher levels. But one more thing I want to point out as well is if you look on the screen under standard, premium, and elite, you can see Lifetime Fitness is on there a few times. You can see Crunch Fitness, for example, under the classic or premium. Well, when you go to gyms, they offer you the base model, which is, hey, I want to just use the gym. I used to belong to Crunch Fitness in the past, not promoting them, but I know the way that works is that for the base, just for the use of the gym, you can sign up for their classic amount, right? But Crunch Fitness also offers tanning bed or massage as well. So if you want like the extras, for example, you can upgrade to the premium amount for a higher amount monthly cost. It's the same thing for lifetime as well. So again, multiple gyms, one subscription. What's also nice about what's also nice about the one pass is that when you sign up, you're going to have you have a barcode on your phone. So you go to the gym, you show that gym membership or that the gym the barcode for one pass, and they'll create a subscription for you. It's very easy to use, and again gives the opportunity for the flexibility of a member to go to multiple gyms when they want to. Also, I want to remind everyone about UHC specialty. So, especially on the MEWA for 5-1, I'm sure everyone's very well aware, but just a reminder, under MEWA quotes, we do include a life, dental, and vision quote. Those are our top plans. Just a reminder that dental and vision, we have multiple plan designs available. Also, the rates that are on the MEWA quote do include more our shelf rates. My recommendation, if you have a quote that looks competitive on the medical, let's bundle everything with one carrier, one product. I'm sorry, multiple products, one carrier. So you have that great client experience. Don't go to multiple carriers and whatnot. So what I've been asking brokers is if you have a competitive medical quote, for example, and let's just say they have, life, dental, vision in force today with their current carrier, send us the plan designs, the benefit summaries, also the rates. We have the opportunity to quote the ancillary benefits ourselves. So we can actually match the plan designs, we can provide enhancements to the plan designs, and also get more competitive on the rates. One other thing I want to point out is that UHC does have that does include, we do offer STD and LTD. I think it's missed every day, especially the long-term disability. Like you can argue with me, but I think long-term disability is by far the most important product today. It can actually be even more important than medical benefits. You have to you have to remind yourself is that if you were to get sick or injured today, can you and your family survive on your current savings? So long-term disability, it's a commonly missed product. I like to offer to all of my groups. We can offer employer paid or voluntary. For 10 plus is voluntary. But if you have any questions, contract is very strong on both short-term and long-term disability. But also, please also let us know about dental and vision. For vision, we have the second largest network in the United States. For dental, we do have the option to quote MAC or UCR 90 percentile. What that means to you, if you choose the 90 percentile, is that UHC is going to pay what 9 out of 10 dentists charge in that area. If you go to that most expensive dentist, there's a chance for a small balance bill, but 9 out of 10 is that UHC is going to pay what the fee schedule the dentists do charge in that area. We can go to the 95th as well, but my recommendation is to choose the 90th. That just allows the members to choose any dentist they want to without any network disruption. So that concludes our meeting today, and I just want to appreciate everyone for joining today's call. 5-1 is a big month for everyone. I understand it's under busy season. It's crazy to say that, but also 6-1 in Kentucky is also going to be crazy as well. So just a reminder, send us a quote early if you have a group that qualifies for GRA, which is 10 plus enrolled employees. Must have coverage today, excludes virgin groups. Just send us that census. I don't care if it's a no change, 5% renewal, 10% renewal. My recommendation is to check your block, check your groups, and make sure that the groups are paying a very affordable price. With that being said, I'm going to end today's call, but I appreciate everyone joining. If you have any questions, you can put them in the chat, or you can reach out to your local Cornerstone rep or your UHC rep as well. Thanks, everyone, and have a great 5-1 season together, and look forward to your partnership.
Hey, Mike, this is Ed. I just wanted to end. I think what Mike said at the very end was really important, and that is don't look at the renewal increase to decide whether to shop groups or not. When we look at what we're selling right now, on average, we're probably selling transitional relief groups that probably haven't shopped in a while. And we're also selling groups that got really low increases that don't realize that their rates are already higher in the market. So definitely, I thought that was a great point by Mike. Those low increase groups, those are the ones that we're winning. And also, if you need any help with the quote, there's sometimes we know maybe it's a jump ball between two carriers. If you can provide us some competitive information, we may be able to get a little rate relief with our underwriters and group. And we encourage you and we look forward to brokers, bringing those opportunities to us. So thanks again for everybody, and appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Hey guys, we do have a
Yes.
couple questions.
Sure.
Okay, great.
In regards to the EAP, it says, are
Yes.
all counseling sessions virtual, or does it cover any in person?
It should be 3 in person and 3 virtual as well.
So it's unlimited 24/7 in the moment. And let's just say that unfortunately, if somebody would, suffer a loss and, of a family member, that would actually qualify them for 3 clinical visits.
Okay.
And one thing to
And then,
point out too would be the EAP is something that's tied to our ACA plans and our MEWA. It is not tied to level funded, just to let those people know that.
Good point.
okay, thank you. Will the slides be available after the meeting? Will we get a copy of the presentation?
Yes, we can send that out.
Okay. And
And
then
if we can't, there are several flyers that we can send. And I can get those sent out. In the past, I've tried to send the deck itself, but it's too large. It always gets kicked back. But we can try.
okay, that'd be great. And then the last question, what is an HIA, and is it the same as an HRA? That was the first time I'd heard that as well.
Yeah, let's go back. That's a very good question here. So when it comes to our level funded, sorry, I'm getting to the slide here. So there's 2 ways. So let's clarify this. So when it comes to the UHC, MEWA, and ACA, if you are on a PPO plan, you can earn your UHC rewards by a digital gift card. And then secondly, for HSA plans, it's either using UHC Optum Bank. It's free to open. So if the group chooses not to use Optum Bank, members can still open up a Optum Bank account for free. There's a monthly fee, I think, of $1, or they can receive their money via digital gift card, and those digital gift cards are taxed. Just make sure everyone's clear on that. When it comes to level funded, there's many rules involved. So in HIA, it works the same way as Motion did in the past for level funded groups. So what that means is, if you have let's say, for example, you utilize UHC rewards, you earn $100 in rewards. UHC is actually going to hold on to that money for you internally. It's the way level fundeds work. So an HIA means that UHC is going to hold on to those reward dollars. So if you earn $100, for example, we're going to pay out, mail you a check every time you have an out-of-pocket claim. So if you go see a doctor, for example, and you pay a $50 just copay, I'm just going to make this up, $50 copay, since you've got $100 in rewards with UHC, our system's going to recognize that, and we're actually just going to mail that employee the $50 check in the mail. It's just the way it's structured. So HIA, really the way it means is that UHC is holding onto your money, you're earning the rewards. Every time you've got an out-of-pocket claim paid out, for example, the system's going to trigger and we'll mail the check to the employee.
Okay.
So level funded, you can either use Optum Bank for HSAs, or you still have the option for HIA, PPO plans, HIA only. In the future, we will be able. We're looking at adding third-party banks, but right now it's only Optum Bank at this time for HSAs for the bank side.
Okay. And then another follow-up question is that does HIA violate HSA rules?
No, it's separate. So you're not going to have an HSA plus an HIA. It's one or the other.
Okay. I guess I don't understand that. So like on the level funded, it says you have 2 options. You have to use Optum Bank or
Correct.
an HIA.
So if you don't want to open up, you have to use Optum Bank for an HSA bank. If your member just chooses not to open an Optum Bank, you can still utilize the HIA account with the UHC. It's one or the other.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
There are sometimes members just don't want to open up an Optum Bank. They just rather just not utilize that and open another bank with them. They just want to use the HIS service, which is fine.
Okay. So it's kind of like having an HRA account, like a stacked HSA, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah, sort of. I think so.
Because you're
Yeah.
reimbursing on top,
Correct.
like you're reimbursing the member for their out-of-pocket. Okay.
Correct. It's the same HIA. It's the same options you had with Motion.
Okay. Michelle, does that make sense? She's asking some questions. I think she might be good.
Cool.
She says she's still confused on that because you're still reimbursing before the deductible's been met.
We can take that question offline.
Okay, that's fine. All right, I think that is it. Yeah, I think we're good. That's all the questions. Thank you, guys.
Hey, thanks for your time, everyone.
Thank you so
for your time.
much.
Yep. Thank you,
Everybody
everyone.
have a great day.
You too.
Too.
Bye-bye.